Thoughts from the trail. I'm Scott Anderson. Hello from the trail. I'm out here at Utah Lake this evening, and today I'm thinking about when I first moved into my home last summer, my new home last summer, and I wanted to spruce up the living space with some plants. I love plants and I love gardening. No garden at this home, but I thought I could go out and buy some plants to go into my living room, my office, and my bedroom. So I ended up buying 6 plants, small and large, a variety. Even though I frequently travel, I was able to set a schedule to where I could care for them regularly and not have them get into distress while I'm away. And so I think I had a good schedule worked out. Well, about 2 weeks ago, I noticed that 2 of the plants weren't looking so well. They weren't looking good at all. In fact, they had likely been deteriorating probably for up to a month prior to that. So I carried them over to the sink, and my first instinct, right or wrong, is to give them a soaking. So I let them soak. But as I was touching them, one of them, as I was soaking it, like literally the whole plant came out of the soil. No roots, dead roots, and obviously wasn't doing well. In fact, it was clear they were dying. In actuality, they were, for all intents and purposes, already dead. And so I decided it was pointless to continue to give them water and care for them. And I share this story because I believe it relates to factors within our own lives. And one of the easiest things in this, to think about this analogy of stop watering the dead plants, is to think about relationships in our lives. And this could be a love relationship. Ooh. It could be a work relationship, a creative relationship, a partnership. They all fit the analogy well, but for me, the love analogy is a really good one. So if you happen to be one of those people who is pouring yourself, time, talent, energy into a relationship that is one-sided and for all intents and purposes dead, then you are likely going to end up with the same result that I had with my plants that had died. And it's good to ask yourself in those situations, where else can I spend my time, energy, talent, resources, where I can fertilize something that will have a positive outcome? Now, it can be hard to walk away from something in which you have been heavily invested, especially like a love relationship or a deep abiding relationship with someone. But at the end of the day, the reality is we can't do it alone. So it's kind of like this analogy, which I've used for many, many years, is it's like putting screen doors on a submarine. You can keep funneling time, talent, and energy into the relationship, but all you're really doing is sinking your own ship. I invite you to think about this and think about your lives and think about your life and your relationships and see if there is any action needed on your part as a result of that thinking. If you discover that in fact you do have some plants that are dead, you do have relationships that are dead, then by golly, stop watering them. And again, like I said, take all that energy and time and invest it in something that will be of benefit to you and benefit possibly to others. It's kind of like finding gold. It's like all of a sudden I have all this space in my life, and what can you do to turn it into something positive and productive? By all means, let's not waste our time in this precious little blip of time we have here on Earth. Let's not waste it watering dead plants. That's what I'm thinking about today. Of course, I invite you to think about it today as well. And I'll see you next time on the trail. Thoughts from the trail. I'm Scott Anderson.